YouTube squad, what is up? All right, got a video. Got a video for you guys. At least I hope I do. I've been uploading a lot of stuff lately, and YouTube isn't cooperating. I've had several videos take 3 days or more to upload. I've got a few that are still in the queue trying to upload. I don't know what's going on, you guys. The last video I made that made it out there, I think, was on gratitude. I tried to make several other videos, and they're not. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I went a little too deep into the truther content on that psychological warfare video I made. I don't know. But in any case, it is what it is. I'll tell you what I'm dealing with right now. It's kind of funny. I'll have to laugh about it. I'm procrastinating right now. I've got this gig coming up on Friday. I got asked to play Christmas music for a Christmas lighting ceremony, solo guitar gig. I don't really know that many Christmas songs. I mean, I can hum them. I've heard them, of course. Who hasn't? I've never really sat down and learned Christmas songs. Never had a reason to until now. So I'm going to be cramming Christmas music into my head probably all day Thursday before the gig, maybe even Friday morning. So I don't know if you guys know the phenomena, but when I have something that I'm putting off, I'm crazy productive. I do all the laundry, I do all the dishes, I clean up, I do everything. I'm so productive because I just don't. And the thing I'm avoiding is learning Christmas songs. Yeah. So life is good. I think that means life is really good right now, if that's the biggest issue I'm having. So all right, you guys, subject for this video, what I want to talk about, we're going to get a little philosophical here. We're going to get a little esoteric. So fair warning, if you are a very left-brained individual, you might not enjoy this video. If you are somebody who thinks abstractly and questions reality on a regular basis, just as a matter of course, if you're one of those people, then I think you will appreciate what we're gonna get into here. So, and I'm kind of making this video too is research. I'm gathering data because now that I have over 1,000 of you subscribed, and a few of my videos have gotten, I think, close to 5,000 views now or something, which is really crazy to me, because I'm talking about not ever having sex or touching yourself. I mean, the fact that I can grow an Instagram channel on that, when in the culture of sex sells, my goodness, it's shocking. It's really shocking that it's growing like this, and I'm flattered that you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. But I think there's more to it than me, my individual person, and my persona, my character, my ego. I think there's a lot more to it than that. I think that there's an awakening at large. It's not just an individual awakening that I'm going through or that you're going through. I think there's a very large scale awakening happening here. And there's something called the 100th monkey effect. If you already know what that is, I'm sorry, but I'm going to break it down real quick. You can look into this too. It's an interesting thing to research. But the 100th monkey effect essentially is, the reason why they called it that is there was an experiment done years ago where they taught a group of monkeys. There was this team of scientists that had monkeys in different locations spread across the planet, right, on opposite sides of the planet. They have a group of monkeys and they teach them a skill. And it takes a while for the monkeys to learn the skill, right? But they noticed a phenomena, they noticed a trend. By the time, on average, that the 100th monkey learned the skill in one test group, on the other side of the planet, all of a sudden, they could teach the monkeys that same skill almost immediately. Whereas the first group, it took them a lot of training, right? So that suggests a collective nature of consciousness. It means if one group of people are awakening, then it's making it that much easier for other people to awaken. And we don't even have to communicate about it. That's the thing. So there's a temptation that comes along with a spiritual awakening. So if you've been on retention for any amount of time, you're having a spiritual awakening. I mean, You can't not. If you really stick to this, you can't not have a spiritual experience from it. I'm convinced. You can't not. Also, furthermore, for you to even consider doing such a thing, you have to already be spiritually inclined to the extent that you are just a little further ahead in that direction than the average person, I would say. And it's not to say that we're better than anybody else. It's not like that. It's just like different grades in school. I mean, people are at different levels at different times, and that's fine. I think people that end up on retention are people that have sort of exhausted a lot of other possibilities. Like, we've tried our damnedest to find true satisfaction through sex and women and partying and whatever, and we've come to the conclusion that there is no true satisfaction in any of it. It's an endless hamster wheel, and you're never ever gonna get there. There is no there. So if we didn't know that, it'd be very hard to stick to a practice like retention, because we'd feel like we were missing out and everybody else is having fun and we're not. We know because for whatever reason, on a spiritual level, we know that it's all emptiness, and a lot of people are chasing emptiness their whole lives, and it's kind of sad. We are kind of doing the opposite. We're fulfilling. We're becoming fulfilled from within, and it's kind of an amazing, miraculous, beautiful thing. I mean, I liken it to the sun. As a retainer, you get the glow, right? It's like you glow like the sun, and the sun is like its own like sovereign energy source. It just shines because it's the sun. And when you cultivate your own energy from here, you know what I'm saying? And it starts to become your whole being. It starts to uplift every aspect of you on a cellular level, on a spiritual level, on every possible level. You start to become like the sun. You are like this sovereign source of energy. You just generate energy and you glow and you uplift people. That's been my experience anyways. It's like my presence in a room is uplifting, and people want me around. And it was the exact opposite. About a year and a half ago, exact opposite was true. I was a bummer to be around. I was very, very depressed, very unhappy, miserable person. So, all right. So here's really what I want to know. This is kind of like a video. Like I said, this is like research. I'm gathering intel here because I'm curious. So I mentioned this 100th monkey effect because I'm curious about when I'm going through what I would call like an upgrade. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll explain what I mean a little bit. Like, along this path of spiritual evolution, when you set out to evolve, when you decide that that's what you're doing here as a human being, is you're here for spiritual reasons, and you're here to evolve and improve your character, so that when you meet your creator, you can look them right in the face and feel like you really did a good job with your life. You're not going to go to your grave, meet your creator, and have to feel all this regret about how you treated people, or how you were selfish, or how you wasted time doing this and that. Like, no. We're on a whole other trajectory. So when you decide, when you know well before your death that this is where you're oriented now, you go through this process of evolution. And the process is anything but linear. It's not like this. It's a lot more like this, if you know what I'm saying. So like we slip back sometimes. We revisit old problems, old patterns, so that we get a higher perspective on that, and then that helps us move forward and advance even more. So sometimes it's almost like you got to get down to get up. You got to revisit some of your old wounds and issues sometimes, and they just need a little bit more tending, and then you come out. But a lot of times after we go through a period of difficulty is when we get these sort of like rapid upgrades, what I talk about. Like, so now it's become such a pattern for me now that whenever I'm in like a period of like things feel off and I just don't feel the best, and I'm experiencing more like kind of spiritual attacks and like anxiety, just discomfort, whatever it is, I've learned that what's going on is an upgrade is coming. There's an incoming upgrade, uplift, whatever you want to call it. And that's sort of like labor pains. It's like when a woman gives birth, you know, there's these contractions and it hurts. And there's an aspect of that process that just sucks. But then at the end of it, what? Miracle, right? The baby's in her arms, and it's like she forgets all about all that pain because what a miracle. Oh my God. It's kind of like that. It's like we're giving birth to new versions of ourselves. And in that process, there's these like labor pains. When you're in those pains, you know, okay, you could think of it as like, these are like contractions. And what I have to do is kind of like what the woman has to do, is like, breathe, be in your body, trust it, trust the process. Like don't wig out about it. Stay in your breath, stay in your body. Don't grab a needle and try and start shooting heroin about it. You know what I mean? Don't act out about it. Don't start texting your ex-girlfriend about it. You know what I'm saying? Like stay in your lane, stay in your zone, stay in your faith, and know that this is a process, and on the other end of it is a miracle. And you're going to come out like, whoa, like a new version of you. And then it's going to happen again. You're going to have another like period where like, man, what happened? What happened to that zest for life? But then you know, oh, okay, it's another period of contractions. I'm being tested. This is resistance from the universe that's going to help me grow. And I'm going to come out on the other end of this better for it. So I'm getting used to this, you guys. It's getting to the point where it's a lot easier to deal with like the lulls, the down periods, the flat lines, whatever we want to call them. But then I have the up periods that follow. And right now I'm very up. Like I fasted for 24 hours and did 5 workouts. And I'm sore. I'm so sore. I'm so beat up, but I couldn't stop moving today, man. And I feel amazing. And I can't stop creating new songs and content. I mean, my creative energy is just like through the freaking roof lately, you guys. Almost to the point of overwhelming, but because I have ways to channel this energy, I'm not overwhelmed. I'm thrilled about it. It's a miracle. I love it. So what I want to know is, are you guys experiencing the same thing? I want comments on this video. Of course I want likes, because I want this channel to grow and I want this content to reach more people. I feel like this is a really empowering message for men, and I would love to see more and more men embrace this way of life. So, you know, hit that like button, smash that like button. But most of all, I want you guys to let me know, lately, does it feel like there's been a shift on a collective level to you? This is what it's just stuff I get curious about. I'm fascinated with this. It's really neither here nor there. It doesn't affect my individual journey, but I'm just fascinated and I'm curious, and I want to know from a group of like-minded people who are on a similar path, who are tuned in, who are tapped in. I always wonder, it seems like sometimes we go through these upgrade phases together as a collective. It seems like maybe it's not even so much about stuff that we are doing as individuals, but it has a lot to do with something much bigger going on a collective level. Like there are shifts going on in the spiritual dimension that are affecting us here in the physical dimension, because we are spiritual beings tapped into that aspect of ourselves. We're the first ones to notice the changes, where we feel them directly. So I always am curious when I'm in one of these like super up phases, like everything's just going great and I'm just high on life. Are you guys feeling the same way at the same time? Because if you are, that's just mind-blowing, amazing shit to me. But maybe it's not that simple. So yeah, you guys can help me understand this a little better by let's just talk about it. What are you guys noticing? Comments. How's your journey going? How's this last week been? How's this last month been? How are you feeling about the future? Are you excited? You feel hopeful? Or are you scared of terrorist attacks and World War III and AI and aliens like everybody else is? Let me know. Drop a comment. All right. Peace.